Hey friends, welcome back. Today I have a smile on my face, but today I'm actually going to be getting my wisdom teeth pulled out. Got the top two taken out probably when I was like 19 or so, and now almost 10 years, 8 to 10 years later, I'm getting the bottom two taken out. Really nervous. I'm just really nervous. And the lady was like, you can do it early in December, that way it'll be good for the holidays, so that's why I'm doing it now. I wouldn't say I have a really high pain tolerance level. Like, I have some tattoos, got a few piercings, all of that, but there's just something that's just making me nervous this time. I feel like it's because when I went for the consultation, they were going over so many different things that could potentially happen that it just made me nervous. But anyways, I'm about to do that in like 45-ish minutes. They said that I couldn't eat anything for like 7 hours before the procedure, and that would mean I would have had to wake up at like 5 o'clock in order to eat something. So I haven't eaten anything since last night, and it's about 12:20. So the only thing I have is water. So I've been trying to drink water because I'm not gonna lie, your girl's hungry, my stomach's growling, and I'm really just worrying about when will I be able to eat. And I also know what's important, like if you have to take meds and stuff like that, to have like food with your meds. So I'm just ready to eat, but I'm really scared to go get it done, even though I'm gonna be completely under, and then Turin has to pick me up when it's done. They said it should take somewhere between 20 to 45 minutes, which is really quick. Like, are they just gonna be like yanking it out of my mouth like 20 minutes? I don't know. But I worked a little bit this morning, worked like a half day. I still feel like I did not do everything I need to do. It's the end of the, not end of the quarter, but it's like the end of the year. Q4 is almost over, so there's just a lot of stuff going on there, and I honestly feel like I'm a bit behind, but I did what I could do. People were saying I shouldn't have even worked today, but you know, just gotta do what you can. So I'm nervous, but I figured I'll try my best to vlog a little bit. Probably not when I get in there. It's a really small office, so I probably won't vlog when I get in there, but I'll try and vlog a little bit of the like recovery process and all that, since I will be off for the rest of the week. So I'm gonna try my best to do that. I don't know how it's gonna go, but just wanted to hop in on here and let you all know what's up, and I'll see you later. Bye.
All jacked up. Just got 2 wisdom teeth pulled out. Can't talk, walking all wobbly. And she's ready to go to bed. It's your boy Terrain narrating for Adriana, signing off.
Hey friend, I'm back. It's the next day after I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, and as you can probably tell, I look like a chipmunk. My cheeks are really swollen. I feel like I just got lip fillers done. It's hard, but you know what? I think one of the reasons why I wanted to start a YouTube channel was because I think it's really important to be real, authentic, and show you all stuff in real time, and this is the reality of it. I'm nowhere close to perfect. Honestly, I'm in house clothes 90% of the time. I look like a bum. My hair has actually been like this, and I've redone the bun a few times, but I haven't really done anything to my hair since I think the last video I posted, and I was saying how my hair was really big and fluffy. Next day it went up in a bun, and I just did some extra little thing, which I think is actually helpful right now since my face is so swollen. But I wanted to get on here, be real, raw, and authentic, and show you all what's going on the next day after I got my wisdom teeth pulled. Not gonna lie, it's a little hard for me to even smile. Like, I think this is like the goodest smile you're gonna get. And my boyfriend says like says it looks like I'm like frowning basically, so there's that. But I want to come on here, show you all how kind of like my recovery is going, how it's feeling like the day after. And I had mentioned that I was really nervous going into it just because the dentist was kind of giving me all the like possible what if scenarios, and it really freaked me out. And I can honestly say when I went in there, I was completely under. And I remember when he put the like IV or whatever you want to call it in, all of a sudden things started getting really hazy, and I was like, am I supposed to be feeling it? And he's like, yeah. And the next thing I know, I was like passed out, and I didn't feel anything. All I felt was them like kind of tapping me after everything was over and being like, you're done. And I was like, did you do the other side? Because I could feel it. It's interesting because this was the side that I think the tooth was growing in like sideways. And then this one, I can't remember exactly what the case is with this one, but I know for a fact this one was coming in sideways. And he said to me that they might not be able to remove the whole tooth. So I don't even know if it fully got removed. He said they would pull out as much as they could, but if not, because it's so close to a nerve and they don't want to have any nerve damage, that they'd pull out as much as they could, and then they would kind of like suture it up. But on this side, it's funny because this side I feel like is the most swollen compared to everything else. Oh yeah, I'm back in my living room too, so you know it's kind of loud. Please ignore. But yeah, I can like definitely feel this side more than I can feel this side. And I didn't think that they did too much to this side. Oh, and not to mention, before I started, I kept telling the dentist, I'm like, I'm really nervous. Like, I thought he was gonna try to ease me a little bit when I told him I was nervous, but like he was just like, it's gonna be misery. And I was just like, well, great. He's like, your face is gonna be really swollen. You might end up getting some bruises. It's gonna look like someone hit you with a bat in your face. And I was just like, I text my boyfriend right away. I was like, I'm about to abort. And they also had me sitting in there for like a half an hour before they even started anything. So I was just really nervous. And I think too, and this is no shame for my New York people by any means, no shame at all. But coming from Boston, which is like known for having really good healthcare and never having issues with any doctors, dentists, or anything like that, and then coming here and seeing how different healthcare is in New York, my experiences with healthcare in New York hasn't been the greatest since I've been here for the past 2 years. Everything seems so expensive. People don't really seem as genuine, and it doesn't always seem like they're giving you like real consultative like feedback, real help. It just seems like a very money driven like type of business. Again, no shade, but I think that also made me really nervous was because this is a place I've never been before. I haven't had that great of an experience just with the healthcare system here. And also I just felt like for it to be such a small, intimate like doctor's office, which I'll probably have a clip somewhere in here of like what the office looked like, I just expected a little bit more. He was like, I've met you before, right? I'm like, yeah, bro, you did my consultation. Didn't seem like he was prepared to me, which also really scared me. And I know they probably do this all the time, but that also just like made me a little uneasy. He was like, so are you pulling out 1 or 2? And I'm like, 2. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, we went over this last time. I'm not trying to come back here. I'm trying to get over and done with. I've already taken off time from work. I'm not trying to come back here. He was like, and which 2 are they? Like, just small things like that just made me a little bit uneasy. But once I was passed out, I don't remember feeling anything. I just remember asking them, are you sure you took out like both of them? But yeah, that was kind of like the whole experience. It went by really quick. I don't remember what time I fully went under because like I said, I passed out really quick and I didn't have my phone. But then I woke up. They asked before, because someone has to pick you up. They asked before for the person's contact information of who was going to pick me up, and then they said that they'll call the person. And I honestly didn't wait too long before Terrain showed up. It was a very short period of time before he showed up, and I was just laying down in like another room. So that was kind of like the overall experience. They didn't really go into detail of what I should and shouldn't do. They gave me like this little like pamphlet, and it tells you some like do's and don'ts. I knew like icing your face was really important. having kind of like colder foods, no hot foods. So that's why I said I was eating like a lot of ice cream, and like I had, well, I'll go into that. But yeah, they gave me some like list and do's and don'ts. I knew the straw was like the biggest thing. Also taking my medication, which they gave me amoxicillin, obviously to prevent infection, and then they gave me ibuprofen, which I was surprised. I was expecting, don't come at me, don't think I'm into the drugs, but I was expecting something a bit stronger, and they just gave me 600 milligram of ibuprofen, which I thought I would need something more, but I feel like it's working itself out. I feel like when I first got back, I was feeling some pain, but now it's not too bad. But yeah, there really wasn't too much like going on for do's and don'ts that you wouldn't find outside of like looking online on the website. But that was kind of like the experience when I was at the doctor's office and going through the procedure. Been home for almost like 24 hours. I ended up sleeping right here on this couch because they said you should keep your head elevated, and I just felt like it was the easiest way for me to be comfortable, like laying on the couch. And so I did. I ended up sleeping on the couch, which I know Terrain was he's happy to have the bed to himself. But I did sleep on the couch. Yesterday I didn't really eat much. I think that was the biggest thing. They told me not to eat 7 hours before, and then they were late. So I was like really hungry by the time they were doing my operation or procedure. And then when I got back, I was like nervous to like eat anything because I could barely, like, even now you can tell like I can't open my mouth that much, but I felt like I could barely open it up. So I did go through a whole pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. This one's really good. I feel like I've had it before, like way back in the day, but I think they did a little bit of rebranding. It says like non-dairy, and as I mentioned, like I really tried to not consume dairy, but this one is really good. It's the mango sorbet. It was so good. I at first had like it in moderation, and then before the night was over, I ate the whole entire thing. That was probably like the best thing, and it was just so smooth. Like even compared to regular ice cream, it was just so smooth that it just melted in my mouth, and I felt like I had no worries. Also ate a lot of applesauce. I haven't had applesauce in years, like in years. My mom buys them for my younger sister because she really likes applesauce, and they're like little squeeze ones, but you can't have any suction because it could potentially do you could potentially have dry sockets, so that's why they say no like suction. But I bought some applesauce. This one was just the no sugar added applesauce, and I bought a pack of 6, and I've already like eaten 4 of them. That has been really good as well. Obviously staying super hydrated, drinking as much water as possible. Those are kind of like, I would say these is pretty much all I had last night. I did have some soup, and I think I mentioned this in my last video as well, that I was gonna make some soup, but I'm glad I bought like 1 box of like pre-made. It was like a tomato pepper soup from Trader Joe's, and I had a little bit of that because it got to the point where it just like my stomach was legit grumbling. But I didn't really want, especially because it was pre-bought, and you know there's some additive stuff in there, like I want it to be hot, but I obviously can't have anything hot, so I had like pretty much cold, lukewarm soup. But when I mean my stomach was legit growling, I was like, yeah, I gotta do something about it. So between those 3 things, that's all I had last night. Another thing I will recommend is, my friend actually told me about this, is one of these like head wrap things. I bought this off of Amazon when I knew I was getting the procedure done, but it's just like this little head wrap thing that you put the pockets of, I'll show you them, but you can do it hot or cold. You put it in the freezer or you put it in the microwave, and then you put the like, my hand's in the way. You put the like packets right in here, and then you wrap it around your face, so that way you have that constant like, you know, compression on your face, and it's really not tight. I feel like it's good for like all kind of head shapes or sizes, and it comes with these packets. Now it comes with 4 of them, which is actually perfect, because when you have 2 in, especially if you're trying to do 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, you have 2 in the freezer while you have 2 on, and then after the 20 minutes you put the other ones back. So essentially like 1 pack is almost in the freezer for 40 minutes before you need it again. And these have been really good, and even just these, like these are actually cold right now. Oh, It feels so good. They feel really good on my face. But yeah, that was like the one thing I will say, like, you know you're getting some type of procedure done to your mouth or your face or anything like that, buy one of these off Amazon. Definitely think it's a good investment. Will I probably need it again? No, but I think it was worth, I think it was like $15-16. I think it was really worth it for me because I don't know how else I'd be able to do like the 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off with like peas and carrots in the fridge. So I think this really was worth it. But other than that, I feel like it went a lot better than I was expecting it to go. This morning I took a shower like right before I had the procedure done, so I knew I didn't have to take a shower like that night, but I did take a shower this morning. I will say the heat from the shower wasn't all that comfortable for me when it came to my face, so I just tried to avoid like my neck up from getting wet. Also just like rinsing you're not supposed to spit, but they do say after like 24 hours make sure you're like rinsing your mouth with like warm water and sea salt, just to like make, especially after you have food, every 2 hours, just like rinsing it out so nothing's getting stuck in there, because it's the last thing you want is like food getting stuck and like it getting infected and all of that. I did have some eggs. Trini made me some like scrambled eggs that was like really just simple. I think it was just like vegan butter, maybe regular butter, I don't know, because I actually don't know if we have vegan butter in the house right now, so that might have been well, my stomach's good. And then just like salt, because I didn't want any pepper, but it just like really scrambled in like really small parts. And I did use the front of my teeth just a little bit because it felt weird having like chunks of egg going down, so I chewed it up a little. And then I made a smoothie, which actually I'm shocked that it was good. I put it in the freezer a little longer because I really just wanted something cold. What did I put in there? I put in, Trey was telling me to try putting in, I wanted something kind of fatty and like filling, since I have been really hungry, because none of this food's filling. Obviously applesauce, sorbet has some sugar in it, but it's not filling. So he's like, oh, how about you try and blend up some oats? So I blend that up first in the blender, and then I bought one of those like acai frozen packets from Trader Joe's, which I've never had before, but it did what it needed to do. Added one of those in there, and then I added just like one frozen banana, and just like a small handful of mango, some plant-based vanilla protein, and then oat milk in there, and blended all that up, and it was very, very good. I would recommend it. It was good. Oh, how could I forget? One other thing that I thought was super sketchy. There will be a clip I'll probably insert before this, leading up to my appointment. It was like a few minutes before my appointment. My lips looked fine. My lips looked fine, everything. Why did I come home and it looked like someone legit punched me in my lip? Like, I legitimately have like a huge, not a huge, it's actually small now, but I had a huge like it legit looked like someone punched me in my lip, or was just like too aggressive on my lip. That's also making me think, like, what was y'all doing? My lips are fine, and now I have like a blister on my lip. I don't know, that kind of like sketched me out, because obviously I'm under, so I don't know what the heck is going on over there, but I just had to throw that in there. Kind of went on a tangent, but other than that, just wanted to, you know, hop on here, show you all how everything's going, how I'm feeling. I'm not nervous anymore, thank God. I pray I don't have any dry sockets, no infection, that the pain is like pretty much gone. Really hope the swelling goes away, because when I look like a chipmunk and can barely even smile. It's not the most appealing, but we got the job done. But all right, I'll see you all later. All right, the lasagna soup is done. I put some extra VL Life mozzarella shreds on top. I would put some basil on here, but honestly, it might be hard for me to chew. I'm hoping this will be good. It smells really good, and I just taste the sauce and it tastes really good. Hoping for the best, but I'll link down below where I got this recipe sauce inspiration from. Excuse my mouth, it's still filling up with saliva. But I follow I think it's Sweet Vegan Greens or Sweet something Greens. I can't remember what her name is, but she inspired me to cook this. So definitely check out her video as well. But I'm going to eat this and hopefully it tastes good. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like these types of videos. And I hope to see you all on the next one. Bye.